So today I'd like to talk about one of the wildest, most ambitious Italian post-apocalyptic movies of the early 80s. So Raiders of Atlantis, aka Atlantis Interceptors, is a 1983 movie directed by Ruggero Deodato, who also made Cannibal Holocaust and House on the Edge of the Park, among other movies. And the basic premise of this one is that a weird and confusing series of experiments involving a oil rig and a nuclear submarine causes the lost city of Atlantis to rise somewhere near Florida. And the citizens of Atlantis, I guess you'd call them Atlanteans, they're not too friendly. They start rampaging through the surrounding islands, through the suburbia of surrounding islands, I guess you'd say, murdering their citizens like the Warriors of the Wasteland out of Mad Max, or perhaps better still, the Warriors of the Wasteland out of the New Barbarians. And really, that's the weirdest part of the movie overall, oddly enough. For some reason, the Atlanteans look like new wave musicians and get around in heavily modified 1950s cars and motorcycles. So it's up to our heroes, led by Christopher Connolly, who was in 1990 The Bronx Warriors, and his sidekick Tony King, who was in Cannibal Apocalypse, to kick ass, take names, and save the day, as it were. Now, I reckon this is one of the strangest movies and most underrated movies of the Italian post-apocalyptic craze of the early 80s. It's shot in bits and pieces in Florida, Italy, and the Philippines. So the Philippines doubles for Atlantis, of course, which really works well because it did make everything feel a little off when I saw this as a kid. I mean, I myself, along with many of us, hadn't really travelled outside our own country back then. So a lot of these locations the Italians used in Asian countries and so on and so forth gave movies like Raiders of Atlantis a genuine otherworldly feel, at least to a 13-year-old like me. Whereas shooting the New Barbarians in an abandoned quarry outside Rome felt like, it felt like an abandoned quarry outside Rome, I guess you'd say. So Raiders of Atlantis is as incoherent as they come when it comes to post-apocalyptic movies or any kind of movies, but it is a hell of a lot of fun. The locations, set, and even the costume design are amazing. Even the look of the Atlanteans doesn't really make a whole lot of sense on paper. They've got a really cool and very threatening screen presence, though. They really do look alien and otherworldly, just like the terrain. And the whole movie feels grander in scope than it has any real right to be. The atmosphere, as I said, really is kind of alien, otherworldly, kind of dreamlike as well, with the filters and stuff they use on the cameras. It's one of those movies that really does feel like it's made in some other dimension or something like that. And I reckon what the movie lacks in coherence, it really makes up for in non-stop action. Christopher Connolly and Tony King are great as our heroes. A lot of machine gun fire and shotgun fire and kung fu and things like that. They really are a foreboding force, I guess you'd say, against the Atlanteans. And the Atlanteans, all the vehicle design and the costume design is ludicrous but awesome. Really does look like something from another dimension, like they've turned on the Hadron Collider or something like that. And with how strange things are in 2026, I, for one, wouldn't be surprised if a dome-like island bubbled up from beneath the surface near Florida, and new wave punk rocker gangs armed with arrows and bows and crossbows and machine guns started murdering the good people of Florida and Costa Rica and Cuba and all those places, left, right, and centre in their 1950s cars and hotted up motorcycles with oversized bull bars and spikes and things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is on our bingo card for 2026 for the Atlantean invasion, for Atlantis to bubble up near Florida, dome-like, just like in the movie. So if that happens, just remember you heard it here first. So that is Raiders of Atlantis. It was something of a departure for Ruggero Deodato, who, as you know, is the godfather of Italian cannibal movies. That's what he's best known for. And it does have that kind of flavour, in a way, Raiders of Atlantis. You have the unassuming city folk on a weird island being hunted down, and so on and so forth. So he does bring a pinch of Cannibal Holocaust or Cut and Run to Raiders of Atlantis. This one's kind of gone under the radar for a lot of years for most people, even among cult cinema fans. It's probably not as well known as something like After the Fall of New York or Warriors of the Wasteland, aka the New Barbarians, or the New Gladiators, or anything like that. It has kind of slid under the cult film fandom radar, but it does have a steady and devoted audience, of course. Well worth a look if you haven't seen it before, or if you haven't seen it in a very long time. Very cool little movie. It is a bit of an everything movie, I guess you'd say. A lot of different disparate themes and plot points and things like that, but it means that there's never a dull moment, and it is action from top to bottom. Some very cool physical stunts, which I think we all appreciate even more in this day and age of terrible AI, and including my dodgy background. And yeah, that is Raiders of Atlantis, aka the Atlantis Interceptors. Bit of an everything movie. It's got action, it's got post-apocalypticness, it's got sci-fi, fantasy, general incoherence, everything and anything. Bit of an everything movie. It'd make a great double bill with something like Raw Force, I guess. Another everything movie set on an island, and another one that comes highly recommended. So I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you did enjoy the review and you're enjoying the content here on the channel, by all means, please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope to see you next time. Take it easy.